How does a human being deal with being the only child that's carrying on the legacy from the only one person that the world knows as the king? Hello and welcome to the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, well then basically it's a place where I go through a bunch of different music tips related videos, and with the recent sad passing of Lisa Marie Presley, it got me thinking about her dad, and I stumbled upon a Dave Letterman interview that she did and thought there's many things to comment on. So let's watch it and see what we can learn.
Our first guest has one of the most famous names in the history of popular music. Her debut CD, I have a copy of it right here, is entitled To Whom It May Concern, is in stores now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program the lovely Lisa Marie Presley. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for being here. Are you actually a little nervous?
I am so bloody nervous.
Really?
Come on. You got nothing to be nervous about.
That's right.
I'm nervous.
You have nothing to be nervous about. Why would you be nervous?
Well, because you've been ripping on me for, 7 years.
That's great. So straight off the bat, she's showing that she's got a bunch of character and a bit of spunk, not afraid to sort of tell it how it is. That's it's a redeemable quality. And then the fact that she says that she's nervous. I mean, how interesting that Paul Schaefer then says, what? Come on, you got nothing to be nervous about, so he's being reassuring. But then he's like, we're the ones that are nervous because of her dad. Imagine that. Imagine that you're the only child of somebody really famous, but then imagine that you're the only child of Elvis Presley. Interesting.
Making jokes about you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that upset you? Did it hurt your feelings? Go ahead, tell a joke about me.
No.
That's interesting. Dave Letterman, he almost seems disingenuous that he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings, did I? Like he's kind of like talking down to her. But then he says, well, take a shot at me then, in that, he probably was genuine. Like he's got a job to do to be entertaining on his show. And the fact that he's willing to say, well, give me a shot as well, because, I'm trying to be fair.
Well, let me see that ring. That's enormous. That is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And what is that? Is that one of those, what do they call those things?
It's fake.
Oh.
That's great. She's awesome. How well she's handling this. She is nervous, but she's telling it the way that it is. No BS. Fantastic.
And I was talking about your father's appearance here 46 years ago in this theater. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's very intimidating.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the Ed Sullivan Theater?
I haven't. This is the first time. It's very endearing. I did sound check earlier. It's really nice.
And you must have seen, of course, the footage of your father's performance that night.
Yes.
And that's when they had that silly thing about they couldn't shoot him from the waist down.
Right.
Do you remember any discussion of that later in his life around the house? Did that ever come up again? Did you ever hear any of that?
No, I think by then he had it figured out pretty well.
I think he did figured out. And like I was talking to Paul earlier, in your own career, in your own life, what have you learned from your father? What is an important lesson from your father that you carry with you every day?
I can't say the word I'm thinking, but...
No, go ahead, say it.
Balls.
I'm sorry?
Balls.
She definitely does have balls, like the way that she's just sort of firing back at him.
And in what context? You mean just to be a little tougher, a little braver?
He just, broke through so many different,
Speaking of your father.
Yes, and then I somehow grew them somewhere along the line.
And what about his music? What songs, what era, what is your favorite song of his?
I'm sort of prone to the post-70s music.
And those songs would be, what are we talking about?
Kentucky Rain in the Ghetto.
Mm-hmm. In the Ghetto, yeah.
Older,
Interesting, isn't it, how many questions are about her dad? And I understand there's only one person that's called the King. What an influence he had on the entire world. So you have somebody that's related, then they're going to get questions. So for instance, like the kids of the Beatles would get asked so much about their parents.
I sort of felt that maybe I wasn't meant to play as a solo artist. I felt like I wanted to just experience music anonymously, you know, without this sort of pressure of representing myself as a product.
Still listen to his music?
I do.
Yeah. Often, or you?
I have to be in a certain mindset, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you, and I guess I know the answer to this, but you must have been back to Graceland several times since you lived there, right?
Yeah, I go back 2 or 3 times a year.
And what is that experience like for you when you go back into this house and it's not really, it's identical, but it's not really the same, is it? It can't possibly be the same.
No, it is. It's not been touched, particularly the upstairs. It's kind of capsulized.
Yeah, but I mean emotionally, it can't be the same as it was when you were living there.
No, it's kind of, yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, how does it make you feel when you go there?
It depends. Sad, you know, that type of thing.
Oh, really? It brings back sad feelings for you?
Well, good and bad. It's sort of a beautiful sadness.
I'd hate to have Letterman's job because he's asking the questions that everybody kind of wants to know. But I wouldn't want to ask Lisa Marie that. It's just like, that's your thing. I think he's doing a really good job in a way, but I wouldn't want to do it myself.
Yeah. And Michael Jackson, you were married to him for how long?
There's a great example there. I wonder, actually. I would want to ask Dave Letterman, Dave, when you did interviews like this, were you pressured into asking questions like that? Or did you just think that you had a duty to the public to ask those questions? I wouldn't want to have his job.
Now, tell me about, you have 2 kids of your own now.
Yes.
Well, the older is 13, you said?
13.
Yeah, now when you're raising your kids, do you ever remember similar moments when you were a kid being raised by your family at home? And
That's so interesting. I thought, oh, wow, finally a question just for her. But then, of course, he brings it back to her dad.
Bring back memories, and what would your father do? And you ever have moments like that where you need that advice or that memory?
Nothing worked on me particularly.
Really?
No. And nothing's working on my daughter, so it's...
So she's very much like you were then?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's headed there. She's a little more together than I was, somehow.
And what do you remember about your dad as your father? What memories do you have of him as just a guy? I
have a lot of them. Mm-hmm. I don't usually go into them because I don't really like it. It's odd for me to talk about that when I'm...
Right.
You know, something has got to be left of mine somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, and I respect that. But you would be one of a handful of people that know things that nobody else would ever have a way of knowing about your father, and you want to keep it that way. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. And what do you and your family do for fun when you want to go to, I guess you go on vacation and stuff? What kind of things do you do?
I, go to Hawaii and travel, things like that.
Just normal stuff?
You're very good looking in person.
That's so interesting. I wonder if she was just like, all right, this is just getting too awkward. I need to flip it back. Or if she just truly is like, I just say what I think what I say. Either way, nice work.
That's very nice of you to say. And I think you couldn't be lovelier. My God.
Thank you.
What an attractive woman.
Speaking of which, I keep looking at her and just visualizing the same striking features that she has that Elvis had. But then there's also Priscilla as well. So it's this juxtaposition, which that's obvious. They're her parents. But yeah, like what I said before, can you imagine that you're the only child of somebody really famous? You know, every time someone's looking at you, they're going to be weighing up those similarities in their mind. And yeah, how would you deal with that?
In a minute, you're going to sing for us. Are you excited about that?
Yeah. Well, This is only my fourth time in front of a crowd, so.
Really?
And it's, of course, you know, on national television,
Yeah.
so.
And how do you like performing before a live audience? If you've only done it 3 times, it's exhilarating, isn't it?
It's a little nerve-wracking right now just because of the curiosity factor and the speculation and nerves thing is, I can feel it. So I have to I need to get my feet wet. They're sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater with me right now.
But I think you'll do very well here tonight because these people are great. They're very supportive and
Yes,
they like
I see that.
They've taken a very nice... Well,
thank you.
It's a real thrill to meet you. It really, really
you.
is. I'm happy to meet you, happy to have you here, and I hope you come back. And good luck with
Definitely
the CD,
will.
and you're going to sing for us when we come back.
Yes.
Okay, so just before we hear her sing, isn't that fascinating? 3 or 4 times in her life, she sang in front of an audience, and then now she's on national TV. I've done thousands of performances in my life. I would find it nerve-wracking. She's performed 3 or 4 times in her life. So that's having some balls, as she said before. And in particular, I'm glad that she addresses the elephant in the room, that is that there's a lot of curiosity and speculation. And what I'm assuming that she's referring to is she's the only kid of the guy that is known as the king. And he's known as the king for his voice. So she's about to just go and put herself out there. You know, if you see a sequel, you're already comparing it to the first movie. Like, it has to be 15 times as good for some people to think, yeah, it's all right. Because if they really, really enjoyed the first one, well, then it's such an expectation to meet. So the fact that she's here doing this already deserves, wow, so many props. I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. You know, it's just full on. How's the reaction there at the end of a line? The poor girl, she must be so nervous. And I got to say, I really like her voice. I'm just going to watch that line again. Look at her expression at the end of the line. It's like she got really lightheaded. Whoa. All right, so how are you enjoying her performance here? I'm seeing someone that's got a lot of bravery, a lot of guts, and she's doing a fantastic job. But for instance, in comparison, her dad would have done hundreds of gigs, very likely, before he went on national TV and performed. So she's got a lot of guts, a lot of determination. Such a great job when you weigh up all of the factors there. So there you have it. There's my analysis / reaction to Lisa Marie live on Dave Letterman. And so let me know in the comments below if you've learnt anything. Let me know if you have any great memories of Lisa Marie. Let me know what you thought of this video. And also if you have any resonance yourself with an experience in your life with having to have a huge amount of guts, just like what she did. So there you have it. I'll sign off by saying thank you, Lisa Marie, wherever you are. I hope you're resting in peace, and thank you for the memories, and thank you for the continued legacy of your dad so graciously.
Ooh.